Check 1, 2. Looks like the audio is working good. Wow. Okay, well, it's showing that the audio is working, so let's see if somebody can tell me that they can hear me, that everything looks clear, and all that. So anyway, hey Gatsby, what's going on? Can you hear me okay? Oh, thank you. All right. Hearing me loud and clear. It's like a crapshoot every time I get on YouTube. I never have trouble with audio on Rumble, but it's nice to be on the YouTube studio platform. So anyway, let's keep it going. And let's get into the thumbnail of the day. So as you know, we are now doing food news and restaurant and fast food news. Uh so that we'll give you a few headlines each week. Uh Almost always a recall, almost always somebody dying from the food. What a shock. What's up, Weapon? What's going on? Uh, okay, so let's talk about the thumbnail because you guys are already starting. Breville. Breville bought, you guys remember the Jewel sous vide one that I used? I guess Breville bought that. So now Breville owns the Jewel sous vide wand. But anyway, Breville is a good company though. Good quality. So what? Jewel is an e-cig. No, it's not spelled that way. Joule. The sous vide wand. More things are called Jewel than just one. So anyway, air fryers. I remember when air fryers first came out, I hated them. I thought, okay, so I'm cooking my food and the fan goes on and blows the heat around. That would be a convection oven. So I told people, don't buy air fryers. Use the convection setting on your oven. And it seems that I caught a lot of crap for that. Oh, people were furious. Well, it seems air fryers have been around. They're sticking around like rap music. They're not going anywhere. Okay. Um, I'm trying to find out why. Not I like them now. I think they're useful. I think there's enough models to get what you want. You can get an air fryer with excuse me. Let me grab my water real quick. You can get French doors on an air fryer. You can get the drawer on an air fryer. You can get the drop down toaster oven door with a glass window. There are many different models now, so you can get the kind you like. But air fryers have become a huge thing. I Heart Lebanon does not trust air fryers. No, I didn't vomit. No, I was choking on my saliva. So I had to rinse and get my throat wet again. It's a big long discussion. But anyway, I use my air fryer, how I use my microwave, how I use a microwave. Yeah, I think air fryers are the new microwave. Great. My throat's gonna act up this morning. Um, Air fryers are the new microwave. People, microwaves aren't perfect. They never were. They would get the edges really hot of whatever you were heating up. They never, and then they started rotating them. That didn't help. So microwaves weren't quite the thing, but the air fryer is like a mini oven. It fires up, gets hot fast. rotates the air so everything heats up, you know, fairly even. Um, you can roast, you can bake in it. They got, by the way, some the air fryers with the one handle, the drawer pulls out. They now have silicone drop-ins, so you can drop in a liner into your air fryer and leave it. You can clean it, put it back. I have two of those liners, and they save you lots of time. Um, let's see. uh, greetings from Romania. God bless my friends in Romania. I do have a lot of them here in America, but they're originally from Romania. Great people. Uh, and I guess his name is Adolf. So, welcome to the broadcast. Hey, Sarah, what's up? Air fryers can roast, bake, cook. I mean, they can do anything, you know. I don't know if they dehydrate. I think you can in some of them. They can be used like dehydrators too. Who knows? I know we got pressure cookers with air fryers. My stove is an air fryer. I have an air fryer. My pizza oven's an air fryer. So, air frying has been, it's kind of like AI. You put air fryer on everything. Everybody's got an air fryer. Your oven, your air fryer, your little toaster oven, they all have an air fryer setting. So I'm not against it anymore. I think they're very handy. I think they're very useful. Uh, what I find humorous is that there's a whole slew of people that all they do is their air fryer. They do recipes in the air fryer, whether it's coat something in Parmesan, air fryer, spray it with oil, air fryer. I mean, there's a bunch of different things you can do in the air fryer. Oh, they can't. Yeah, Samuel says they can dehydrate. I do believe I know a few that do. I don't have, I think my pizza oven can also be an air fryer and a dehydrator, but it goes up to like 750 degrees. Most air fryers go up to like 450. You really don't need, unless you are making pizzas. Uh, let's see. I think I'm ready to become a moderator. Well, that's cool. Uh, is an air fryer just a little convection oven? You know, kid, uh, is it kidney? Kidney. Um, I got to tell you something. That's what I said from day one. I said, why not just put your food on the rack, put it in the convection oven? That's an air fryer. People lost their junk. I told people, don't buy an air fryer, use convection oven. They lost their junk. They went stupid. That video's been watched a lot too. But they didn't like me saying that. They didn't like me talking bad about air fryers. I'm like, okay, well, which since then, I have learned to like air fryers and their usefulness. Easy to clean, way easy to clean. Now with those silicone liners, you just throw the silicone liner in your dishwasher. So anyway, good morning, Princess Zoe. How is your new shaver working out? Well, I have two head shavers now. Um, so one's bigger than the other, which I like that, but the smaller one cuts better, which I like that. So, it's weird, but I always I usually shave everything, but the little one, it's better than the big one, but there's a piece of the plastic that snaps on and it comes off all the time. I gotta buy a replacement piece. So Let's see. Only thing I need my microwave for is popcorn. You should go back to ah, there's so many other ways to make popcorn now. I would I'd go back to doing popcorn in a pan, the old way. Uh, but I'm guessing there are some good bowls that you put in like a block of butter, popcorn. There's so many ways to make popcorn. And you can do it in a pan, you can do it in the microwave, you can do it in the oven, you can do it in a pot. Love your channel. My girlfriend and I always watch your videos. Sending some love from Ohio. God bless Ohio. You guys want to shout out where you're from? That's fine. I love hearing it. I love reading it. Um, a lot of boyfriends and girlfriends watch the show. I hope my videos are easy. I don't do anything that difficult. I'm a home cook. I'm not a trained chef. Do not call me chef. I've said that for years. I don't deserve to be called chef. I don't want to be called chef because I'm not a chef. I believe if you put the time and money and energy into training, then you deserve to be called chef. That's just my thing. So I'm a home cook. I'm a like I started the show calling it a cooking show for the regular Joe and Joe's girlfriend, of course. So a lot of boyfriend and girlfriends watch the show. Hopefully, you see something once in a while that you go, yeah, that looks cool. That looks good. That looks easy. I can make that because I'm not looking. I mean, every so often I'll tackle beef bourguignon or a beef Wellington, but I don't want to do difficult dishes. I never want to do it. I'm gonna show you guys some lazy man sauces. Like we're gonna do um lazy man ranch. I have two different recipes. We're gonna put them up against each other. We're gonna find out which recipe is better. We're gonna bring food wars to the kitchen. Okay. I plan on doing what is the latest? It's the cowboy butter. That's it. Everybody's doing cowboy butter. So I plan on doing cowboy butter wings. I don't know when yet. These are all ideas waiting in the wings. Like I did that. Um, so I usually shave everything. Uh, no, I shave everything up here. That's it. I'm not talking about shaving everything. Uh, can you make popcorn in an air fryer? I've never tried that. I believe you can. It basically is a heat thing. Okay. Um, I'm sure you can look that up on Reels or something. Um, I'm big into flavoring the kernels before they pop. I love that concept. Whether you put you salt them. I love the different salts I got. I like the white cheddar. Um, I like the nacho. Um, when I was eating popcorn, I'm not eating it anymore. But I do recommend when you're popping your popcorn, have a stick of butter in there. It'll melt. Uh, Season it. I know my ex when I was married the first time, she did stupid things with her popcorn. Like she's put mustard in her popcorn. That's a thing. Crazy. So anyway, but I gotta tell you, mustard in your popcorn's good, and I have no idea why. I know people that throw M&Ms in their popcorn. That's a good thing. I don't know why. These are all crazy. I don't know what you guys do. Jack Jr. throws jalapenos in his popcorn. Cowboy. Uh, okay, Gatsby, pushing the envelope there. I love Gatsby because he's that friend. And by the way, I'm almost positive it's he. I always forget because your username is kind of neutral, but I think it's a dude. Um, Gatsby is always there to push your buttons, give you a little nudge, keep you on the edge of your seat, but he's not nasty. He's not rude. He's not hurtful. Uh, and every so often he's funny. So if it isn't he, please. If I use the wrong gender and there's only two, if I do the other one and you're a dude and I call you a girl, you're a girl and I call you a guy, correct me. I'll learn it. I promise. Lazy man's gravy. Yeah, it's called out of a jar. I use lazy man's gravy when I made poutine. I tried making gravy, but it turned into bread. Okay, let me think about that. I gotta look up how can we cut some corners. What can we use to get us started? Uh, I know a lot of people like a Louisiana style gravy, and they start off with a roux. It's called a roux. Little flour, little little bone broth, little butter, uh, and it makes this thick roux substance. And then they build from there. The best popcorn I ever had ate was when my mom used to pop it with bacon grease. Oh my goodness. Rob, you're telling me, did anybody, excuse me, Rob got me all excited of little bacon grease. Um, did anybody have a grandmother that kept bacon grease on the stove in a coffee tin? I think everybody's grandmother did that. That was, grandmas were awesome. I miss my grandma. I've been watching you for years. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much. Um, a whole stick of butter. There you go. You can never have too much butter on popcorn. When I say extra butter, like at the movie theater, which I haven't done in a while, like years, but when I said extra butter, they never they never did extra butter. They just regular amounts. I'm like, no, extra. I'd hand it back to them. So here's a little trick. If you buy the big tub of popcorn at movie theaters, most theaters you go to give you one free refill. Okay. So what Tammy used to do back in the day, she would ask for a drink carrier, one of those folding boxes. She would dump the whole popcorn in that box before she would leave the counter, hand it back to the guy and go, yeah, we need our refill, please. And then we would go into the movie theater with 2 loads of popcorn. She was so good at gaming the system. Oh, Gatsby is a guy. Yeah, I'm almost popcorn, and a pickle is a movie theater must have. Well, there you go. Um, yeah, I've always thought Gatsby was a guy. I just don't. Sometimes I screw up. So, okay, Lebanon, you're getting a little flirty there. Uh, okay, Gatsby, Lebanon's hitting on you during the live chat on a food program. It's not even like a dating site or anything. But anyway, she would filter it using coffee filters and end up in a big Folgers. Yep, big Folgers can, guys, or MJB. Folders are depending on what they drank. Okay, so let's talk grandparents. My grandparents were a little wacky. My grandmother did snuff, which was the grossest thing ever. She was spitting in the can all the time. She'd walk around with a and she'd spit in a can, but she put snuff, like, up her nose. So I'm thinking, "Okay, this is all messed up." So anyway, I spent the first time I spent the night over my grandparents' house, I literally my grandparents, they sat at the dinner table, and on the side of their plate, they had half an onion right there. And I'm like, "What's the onion for?" And my grandpa grabs it and bites it like it's a freaking tomato or something. I'm like, "Holy crap, that's just nasty." Who would bite into a raw onion, right? I mean, nowadays it's a little different. I've learned to appreciate different flavors, but as a kid, you're like, "Holy frick, no." They would every dinner, it was like bread. They would have it on the side of their plate, and they would eat an onion, a big wedge or half an onion. Mind blowing. My other grandparents, if you went to go visit them, like, in New York, okay, and there was a rule in the house, you had to squeegee the shower before you left it. By the time I was done squeegeeing, I was all sweaty. I had to shower again. Man, grandparents were way screwed up. They had some old things they did that weren't quite the smartest. Raw onion sandwiches, usually with cheese, or one slice of bologna. Okay, fried bologna sandwiches are rocking. Um, in fact, I'm going to play bingo tonight. They make a killer fried bologna. I don't know where they get their bologna, but they fry it up, they cut it. A real bologna slice for a sandwich has that slit in it so it can expand. If not, they don't know how to make fried bologna sandwiches. Jack, what are your thoughts about cooking with who? I don't know who that is. I don't mind cooking with anybody, but I don't know who that is. You ever win anything at bingo? Oh no. But you know what? We go with like 10 other people. So I don't go to win money. I never win at bingo, ever. I go to hang out. It costs me a few bucks to play. I hang out with all my friends. We laugh for a couple hours, and then I go home. Of course, it's in Kentucky, so excuse me. So it'll rain on you like every 5 minutes in Kentucky. Kentucky's worse. Tennessee rains every week. Kentucky rains worse than Tennessee all the time. Let's see, depends on the onion. Here is the Vidalia onions, yes, are sweet. So I can see chomping on one of those. Also, I agree with you. Sweet onions, literally, if you get a good onion that's sweet, you can bite right into that. No problem. These weren't sweet onions, by the way. I promise you that. These were those brown onions. Uh, let's see. What do you thought? Let's see. We always squeegee our shower after the last person takes a shower. It really keeps the shower looking good. Uh, Water, baking soda, vinegar, then squeegee it the day you clean the shower. I wouldn't squeegee after every shower. I mean, just so you know, we have a 7 foot long shower. The whole wall is glass. I'd be there for an hour squeegeeing everything. So nothing like cleaning yourself up after working hard and then working hard. I don't get it. Why would I want to build up another sweat? I used to play let's see here. Oh, I just lost that. I used to play bingo, but the old ladies there would get violent. Okay, I don't know if you guys ever watched, uh, what was that show? It was the 4 guys, they were friends, and it was on True TV, and they would do, like, jokes. I forgot. I can't remember what the show was. 4 guys from New York. What was the show name? Hold on. Let me double check here. What was the name of the 4 guys from New York on True TV that did jokes? Impractical Jokers, that's it. Yep. Harry, thank you. Harry was on it. Impractical Jokers. Okay. So, the reason I'm telling you this, there was a punishment episode. The guy who lost, um, he had to go into bingo. This is the worst punishment ever, guys. Every number that was called, he had to yell bingo. It was the funniest skit I've ever seen. I have never seen old ladies get so upset. And literally, the first number they pulled, he yelled bingo. It was so funny, guys. If you can look up that episode, look it up on YouTube, look it up on True TV, look it up. The bingo punishment. He probably got 5 or 6 times in the bingo after yelling, and they just kicked him out. Security came and took him away. It was so funny, guys. It was so embarrassing. I never could do that. Never. Ne I don't think I can yell bingo if I got bingo. No, I would. Um, did you ever freeze dry food, then air fry it? That's so interesting. Oh my gosh. Like pick something. Happy face. Since you brought it up, pick something and I'll try it. That bingo guy seems like it would be bad after 5 seconds. It was. But to me, it was funnier than ever. Yeah, that bingo gag didn't go long because it literally, I mean, by the 3rd time, they were ready to kill him. Literally kill him. It was crazy. Air fried the dehydrated chicken you sent to the guy in the wait, how can I air fry chicken I sent to a guy in the army? Uh, what am I supposed to go beat him up and take it back? He's in the army, he's overseas. Uh, yeah, ask him to send it back. Guys, that was over a year ago. Or it was, yeah, I think it was over a year ago. Um, yeah, the chicken I have stored away, I still have it. It's still packaged. Um, and I will try it again. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the eggs, the Amish eggs in a year. I can do the chicken now, though. Let me talk to Tammy, see about opening it up and trying it. Um, oh, it should last well over a year. Yes, yes, Team Glove. Do you know how the special gentleman in the army is doing? Not lately. I have not asked. Jack, when are you coming to New York or New Jersey? You need to eat a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on a bagel in North Jersey. The single best breakfast sandwich ever. Very cool. I don't think anybody has ever bragged about having the best breakfast sandwich. I probably I'm going to Chicago in September. We're gonna do deep dish pizza wars there, and then I'm going to the next pizza wars will be New York and New Jersey. And by the way, that's gonna be way more places. It's gonna be crazy. We're going to, and by the way, in Chicago, we will visit. I think we're going to Colonel Mustard's, and we're gonna get a Chicago dog. See what authentic Chicago dog tastes like. But basically, so let me do the pizza wars in Chicago. Then the next year we'll go to New York. Okay, uh, definitely. New York pizza is way different. Way different. Basically, it's real simple. Chicago deep dish, you eat with a knife and a fork. New York pizza, you fold in half. That's basically it. That's what they're famous for. That's the way you do it. You eat New York pizza, it folds in half. Unless you get Sicilian, and it's more like Jet's pizza, but a lot thicker. It's square. It's like a square dish. It's made on Sicilian style. I had some first watch when I went down to Tampa. It was great coffee and good food, but Lord, was it expensive. Yeah, first watch has it was big, it was popular. I mean, I can get the same food at like five other places. Scrapple. um, I do know Jersey, not just Jersey Mike's, but the real New Jersey. By the way, if you're from New Jersey, it ain't new anymore. You just call it Jersey. Okay. If you're not from New Jersey, you always use the word new. Go figure. But I do know they're good. Like Philly is known for its cheesesteaks. They're known for their cold cut sandwiches on hoagie rolls. I mean, it's really good sandwich shops. So that would be fun too. Yeah, let's see here. Detroit style pizza is probably the best. Yeah, if I'm correct, Detroit is square cut, kind of. Yeah, it's like a round pizza that I don't know. Maybe it's like Jets. Who knows? But I do know Detroit style pizza, even though it's not like world famous stuff, but it's just starting to get bigger in people's minds because a lot more places cut it that way. Jack, you should really try. Uh, I've never. Okay, I agree. Gatsby Detroit is the best. Jets makes a really good version. It's our go-to pizza when we're ordering. Um, I have to tell you, the best pizzas I've ever had were not from chains at all. Not Jets, not Marco. Marco's is good, but not Marco's. Not you know me and Ed's, Straw Hat. All my life, there's been pizza chains, but the best is like Mama Cosa's. You know, one place, mom pa, mom pa pizza places are the best. Hand tossed. They don't war. I mean, they don't skimp on ingredients. There isn't a part of your pizza that's missing cheese, and it's a big dough bubble. I don't want dough, but anyway, I really think, I really think that there needs to become a better crust. I know there's cauliflower crust, but the cauliflower crust they use has potato in it as a binder, which completely makes it not healthy. I think whoever nails the best healthy crust will be the winner. I think it can be done. I know enough people use an egg and chicken and cheese, grinding it all up, laying out a crust. It works. Oh, who is your new friend in your latest Jack on the Go? Wait, what was the latest Jack on the Go? Hold on. I I'm so old I can't even remember last week. Hold on a minute. Let me look it up. Oh, yeah, my buddy Joe. We did the burger wars. Joe's a friend of mine. We've been friends for years. He just retired. So now he does music. Uh, he's been working on music. He's been working on writing a book, a bunch of things. So now that he has times, I thought we would hang out. We've discussed a few things on my Eye to Eye channel. We did the Burger Wars because I know he's a big foodie. So his name's Joe. He's a really great guy. Let's see, very humble, by the way. Detroit. Can't even talk. Detroit style is just a Sicilian pie. Yeah, but the difference between out here, Detroit style is round cut in squares, but Sicilian is rectangular cut in squares. If I'm correct, but don't get me wrong, I'm okay with either one. It's not about what shape it's in. It's about, am I tasting nothing but dough? Is the I love thin crust. Love, like pizza on a cracker. Um, I want to taste the ingredients on top. I don't want to taste the dough. That's just a mechanism to carry the ingredients to my mouth. So I agree. Gatsby Detroit is the best. Just makes a really good version. Yeah, it's our go-to. Yeah, Jets is pretty popular out here. Um, Domino's is popular out here. Uh, Not a fan of Pizza Hut ever. I've never woken up and said, "Wow, I can go for Pizza Hut right now." No, there's 12 other places I'd rather go. I'm not like Papa John's. The only thing they got going for them is that is that garlic dipping sauce, guys. Let's be real. Then you can be doughy. If I'm having salad, like at Olive Garden, a doughy pizza is okay. Because I would use the crust and dip in my salad and eat it with my salad. I guess so. Normally, I don't like doughy pizzas, but if I have like marinara sauce to dip in, or I'm eating a salad, the Italian dressing at Olive Gardens, you know, it's big. Everybody loves it. Sorry, get an itch. Um, so let's see here. Why is it not scrolling now? There we go. Joe likes judging those vastly dissimilar burgers and picking a winner. Yeah, Joe had a lot of fun. By the way, that was his very first time being a part of Burger Wars. He had a blast. It was cool because we ran to one spot, tried the burger, then we literally drove down the street, ran to the competitor, it was so old school. Uh, I got excited about it. Um, Papa John went woke. I have no idea. People who salt and pepper first are nuts. Okay. I like to red pepper and cheese, Parmesan shaker cheese on my pizza. Are you and flying or driving to Chicago? We are driving mostly because, oh, mellow mushroom. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I think I've been once. It was just okay. I think they're a little overpriced, but they got quality. So if you're okay with the price and you love the quality, have at it. Mellow Mushroom has some pretty cool pies. There's let's see, the Pizza Huts near my place all closed down. You know, pizza places, the Oh, I mean, the margin, the money you make on a pizza place is incredible. So you got to be bad to go under, to be a pizza place, and you went under. Literally, you got to be. Italians would launder money through pizza places because it was an all cash business. It was it was hard to destroy a pizza place. But anyway, balsamic vinegar, you know, on pizza is a low key upgrade to any pizza. There's a place in Nashville, and it was balsamic vinegar and something else, honey. I can't remember. And they had six different drizzle sauces. One was balsamic vinegar and honey, I think. And you would drizzle it on your pizza. My mouth's watering. Hold on. Last thing I want to do is spit on a live a live stream. Um, but literally they had like six different they had buffalo. They had different sauces you could drizzle on your pizza. I've never heard of a drizzle bar. They had a bar you could bring your pizza over and like a salsa bar. But this was a drizzle bar. And it had six different sauces that you could drizzle on top of your pizza. It's freaking brilliant. I love it. The sink in Boulder makes decent pies. First time, oh, I had honey. Was it hot honey pizza? Oh, there it is. On first time I had honey on a slice. You guys got to try this. If you're at home, even drizzling, if you like bruschetta or bruschetta, depending on how anal you are, if you like that, usually it's drizzled with balsamic. There is a balsamic vinegar paste. You can either make your own or buy it, but it's amazing on sandwiches. It's amazing on pizza. It's beautiful. Uh, hey Brandon, what's up? Leave Brandon alone. Let's see. I'm more of a Dave Portnoy. God, stop it. Got it. Peppers and pepperoni. Hey Brandon, let's go. You guys, stop it. Hey Rob. By the way, Rob, my buddy Rob is from the state of Wisconsin, and I know they've been in the news lately. Is it all over the news where you live? It has been here, and I'm not from Wisconsin, and all I heard about was the judge that got arrested. Sorry. So I'm sure you see it. No, I lied. Wisconsin's blowing up right now because they're doing the NFL draft. So everything's about uh, Shadur Sanders, whatever his name is, not being drafted. His daddy was like, he's going to go number one, blah, blah, blah. He's top three. Like, they're almost done. He's probably not going to be drafted. You know why? Daddy issues. Because you draft him, you have his ego, which is way out of control. And then you get daddy. That's like drafting LeBron James's kid on your team. Forget it. So we're learning that real quick. How could you solve the Israel and Palestine conflict? Stay out of it. That's it. Stay out of it. Just like I have two kids fighting at school. Stay out of it. Let them finish. Let them do whatever they're going to do. We're not the police of the world. We're not. And by the way, we don't even know what's going on in our backyard. Well, obviously, for the past 60 years, all the governments we've ever had have been dishonest and disloyal and stealing from the people. So until we can get our business correct, we need to stay out of other people's business. Let Ukraine and Russia figure out what the problem is. Why is it our deal? Okay. Unless it's gonna hurt, like, let's say we're protecting UK. Let's say the war has pushed its way into all of Europe. But we're standing behind our British brothers and sisters, then I get it. But in the meantime, stay out. America is not the police of the world. You know, that's their issues. Uh, like in Godzilla, exactly. Let them fight. So they're gonna knock over a few buildings. Let them fight. Um, can we keep the stream about food, family, fun, please? Sure. Yeah. But I do encourage staying out of other people's business, whether it's food, family, fun, or it's just out and out war. But I don't. Everybody has their own thought process. Let them deal with their own business, whatever it may be. So anyway, we had a great pizza discussion going there. Um, let's see here. Let's keep the holiday for. Yeah. Once again, um I'll add that to Evans and Frank trending topics. We'll be talking more about the NFL, more about the judges, more about all that crap. But in the meantime, back to pizza. I love pizza. I I ask people, what is the one food you would get off your diet and cheat? The number one food. Is it chocolate cake? Is it hamburgers? Is it pizza? Everybody said pizza. Excuse me. So, what's the largest tip you've ever given a server while dining in a restaurant? Um, it really depends on the bill, but we usually, I mean, I don't spend a lot in restaurants. I don't spend like $50 on a steak. I don't do that. There's too many steaks in town that don't charge $50. And usually a $50 steak, I could make it myself at home for $20. So, oh, where is Wim? Yeah. Wim is you're totally right. Wim is the number one person that gets us back on track on food and family and fun. Um, but I think like 30, $50, 30, and it was a special night. Couple $100 to eat, and then it was like I think it was like a $300 bill, and we left a $50 tip. I think that's the highest we've ever gone. Um, I don't. We usually it depends. It's really weird when you get up into the larger numbers. So, like when you have a large party, you still take care of them, but you don't do well. What is $50? 300. Yeah, you you tend to back off from what you know percentage wise, what you normally do, because the tip's so astronomical anyway. It's a good tip. So anyway, um, that's probably $50 tip is probably the highest I've gone because I don't go that high. I mean, there are people probably have had $1,000 bills, after the whole family went out. I've never done that. So I think the highest we've ever spent is in the 300s at a restaurant, and it was a special occasion. So anyway, um, no, $50 is one sixth of it. 5%. One fifth is 20%. One sixth is more than 20%. And it was one sixth, a $300 bill. So anyway, uh, yeah, but air fryers, are like I'm positive they're here to stay. They're gonna be popular for quite a long time. To get back to the main topic, um, so the the thing with air fryers, what is your I'm curious, what do you use air fryer for? Do you kick I've heard you cook a steak from frozen, just throw it in there. Never done that. I heard you some of them can hold an entire, like, fryer chicken. Put a whole chicken in there and roast it. I've never done that. I've melted a few things. Um, I've crisped up a few things. I always judge tips on the service I get. Yeah, we always try to normal, not really expensive restaurants, but normally we always start at 20%. Always. Then we go up and down from there. If I if like I'm this is a joke, but we've done this in the past. If I'm calling the police and filling out a missing persons report on my server, then they're probably not getting the full 20%. But if they're like nonstop, they keep the drinks topped off. I mean, like, wow, she or he is booking it, is working it. Or sometimes, you get to know the server, you get to know some of the rough things they're going through. You kind of bump it up just to help out. But, overall, starts at 20, goes up and down according to service, like you said. Uh, Ambient said, yes. Let's see. What's the difference between toaster ovens and air fryers? Okay, so like a toaster oven uses those hot wires that turn red, and they toast. But an air fryer literally is that. It's hot air that is blown on your food and rotated. Usually, that's the difference. But they have the browning wires in toaster ovens. I think that's my take. Let's say, no way, my grandma struggled as a waitress, and I always tip 20% regardless. Um, no, not regardless. A tip, you guys, you guys literally, people have forgotten what a tip is. A tip is to say thank you for your service. Okay. So if your service sucks, I'm not going to go, she deserves 20. She like, my coffee has never been refilled. There's no way I'm tipping 20%. Are you kidding? Uh, that's like, I don't know. It just, the tip is according to the service you get. You tip them, it's gratuity. It's showing gratitude. I don't show gratitude for not filling my coffee by tipping you 20%. So you need to realize what a tip is. And it allows you to justify higher or lower. I've gone above 20% because I think somebody went above and beyond service. Okay. But I've also gone real low because they didn't care. They were over there talking to their friends. I'm waiting on my food. It's getting cold under the on the service counter. Uh, no, I have no problem not tipping 20%, but very seldom do I not tip up to 20% or above. Very seldom am I dropping the tip down because I'm dissatisfied. That's all. Very rarely. People are pretty cool about it. So we just go about and do it the way. And my Tammy was a waitress. My first wife was a waitress. I get it. My brother was a server. You know, my buddy Jimmy, he was a server. I get it. I know what it's like. Oh, and I'll give you another tip. Uh, I can tell you now because it's long gone, but Tammy got higher tips when she would put away her wedding ring. I know it sounds stupid. She'd put it on her necklace, tuck it in her shirt when she served food. If she didn't have a wedding ring, she almost got twice as much tip wise than when she wore her wedding ring. So sad. But once again, that's the world we live in. If your steak comes over, if my steak comes overcooked, it's going back. And by the way, before it goes back, I'm cutting into it. I'm cutting a piece away so that they don't reserve the crap to me again. I've had that happen too. I'm like, this is a steak I just sent back. So now I damage the steak. I'm like, yeah, overcooked. We're going to take a big chunk out of here so that I know that ain't coming back to me. That's just the way I work. But if my steak's overcooked, I'm sorry. I said rare. You brought me well done. That ain't going in my mouth. It's not the server's fault, tip wise, on the steak. So preparing the food is different than doing your service. Okay. It is the server's fault when you don't fill my coffee, when you stand over there and talk to your friends, when you let my food get cold. Yeah, that's the server's fault. Now, there is an expo, okay, that checks every plate before it goes out to make sure it's up to quality. It's rare. Um, there's Parmesan cheese on the broccoli, whatever, to make sure the dish is according to what was ordered. Then he signs off on it or she signs off on it. And that's an important position, by the way. There's expo, there is runners, uh, there's so many different roles in a restaurant. When Chuck Norris goes out to eat, the, the servers tip him. Poor guy. Imagine being Chuck Norris. Poor guy. We, and it's complimentary jokes. It's not putting him down, talking about how great he is. So I'm sure he's totally okay with it. But it's a riot. Um, so I won't. Okay, so I won't eat like, let's say, no, I won't eat part of my meal and then ask for a full refund. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them know I'm upset. I'm bothered by it, but that costs the restaurant money. There's there's certain moral things as a customer you can do, you cannot do, you shouldn't do. That's between you and the big man upstairs. But remember, they're humans. Maybe they had a bad day. I don't know. But now, if they bring it wrong and I send it back, that's fine. I'm cool. I'll wait. Okay. But if they screw it up again, I'm a little bothered. I'm like, okay, guys, I gotta eat sometime tonight. Um, whoops, hold on a minute. Yeah. So anyway, um, yeah, there is a give and take. Okay. As much as you expect me to tip all my servers, I expect all my servers to serve. Okay. It works both ways. So is there a time I don't tip 20? Very seldom. And if I don't, there will be a reason why. That's all. So, you know, she took too many smoking breaks, whatever. Who knows? It could go on and on. But usually that kind of thing doesn't happen. I've never seen your Jack on the Go videos. Why we You know what? I don't I don't pick a business by the color of somebody's skin. I go there because they need to see love. They need to get attention. There's there's many other reasons. I don't go, "Hey, that guy's black. I'm gonna go to his establishment." I wouldn't go or not go because of the color of somebody's skin. And by the way, 9 times out of 10, I don't know who owns the place. So for you to say, "Hey, you don't go to enough black places," that's kind of a racist statement. Stop it. My nephew is going to Japan and is going to visit a black-owned bakery when he's over there. Okay, I'm not sure. Once again, with the color of anybody's skin has to do with the quality of the food, the service, the prices, the things I care about, the things I warn you about. So, um, okay, hold on a minute. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Okay, no, okay, I got enough moderators. If you start seeing some woke comments, feel free to blow it out of here. I wouldn't have chance of settings. um, Usually, yeah, everybody worries about retaliation on food and all that. Um, let's see. I have to say, there has once again, I'm not gonna just take whatever you give me if it ain't what I wanted. That's all there is to it. Okay. But I'm not gonna be a douchebag about it. I'm gonna be polite. I'm gonna be sweet. I'm still taking care of the server. Server don't care. Because and oh, by the way, Tammy and I always 100% relay to the server and say, I know it's not your fault. You had nothing to do with cooking this, but this is cooked incorrectly. This needs to be rare or whatever. Okay. And once again, I know you just brought it to me. You did a great job. Thank you. But it needs to go back and a new one needs to come out. That's all. But you be polite about it. The server takes care of it. Uh, don't be a jerk. That's all. You can criticize. We call it politely criticizing. You can tell them what's wrong and tell them with love and not be a jerk. Okay? It might be their fault. Maybe the server took the order wrong. Um, if it is, they'll know. I don't need to tell them. They'll know it's their fault. If I say, they'll look back at the ticket and they'll realize, oh, I wrote it. They sometimes even tell you, oh, I totally wrote it wrong. I'm sorry. That's cool. I get it. Please, I screw up all the time. So anyway, um, but yeah, so that's about it. Okay. So before we go, okay, I know a lot of you are going to go back to watching the NFL draft, which I think round 4 begins now. Yeah, I'm not watching. I haven't watched any of it. Uh, I think some really good acquisitions were done. I think there were some good people. My Tennessee Titans got the first pick. All right. We know how to lose. We got the first pick in the draft. So we've got, what's his name? Cam something. I don't remember. Not Cam Newton. Cam something. Great. Before I leave, I gotta ask one more time. Cam, you guys, I'm not looking at the only one. It really gets people watching anyways. Fake fan. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Who did the Tennessee Titans pick first in the draft?
The Tennessee Titans selected quarterback Cam Ward first overall in the 2025 NFL draft.
Cam Ward, that's it. Oh, Rob, dude, I was totally looking for somebody to write because I knew before I got the answer you guys could. You guys are better than AI, by the way. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know we desperately need a quarterback, but you know, it's like I have no idea who he is. I know nothing about him, but so be it. So it goes like this. So I literally root for the Cowboys, okay? But I root for the Titans because I live here, okay? This year, I bet on the Raiders months ago before all the acquisitions were going on. I thought, oh, it's Tom Brady's first year. The dude's gonna get pick of the litter. The guys, people are gonna play for Tom Brady. So he's part owner of the Raiders. So I bet on the Raiders months ago. I bet $40, and if they go all the way, I get 7,500. Okay. And I know they've been doing some good stuff since I placed that bet. I always bet before the draft so that the odds don't go down. $40 to win 7,500. Not bad. So I'm rooting for the Raiders. I predict they're the long shot that I'm rooting for. I think they've done some great changes. And I think Tom Brady's first year, full year, as part owner is going to be good. So we'll see. And by the way, Joe Montana is part owner now of the 49ers. Just letting you know. So that was interesting too. So I don't care what happens today. I don't know anybody. Um, whether the players are good or not, because I didn't watch college that carefully. But anyway, enjoy the day. Um, clean your grill. This is a great weekend. It's sunny. It's not pouring rain. Get your grill ready because barbecue season's any day going to kick off. So let's have fun. Have a good day. I am cutting this off because I got to go run some errands. But I love hanging with you guys. I I appreciate your time, and I thank you again. I mean, serious. And we have regulars, so I see you guys today. It looks like the entire chat room is moderators. I love it. So anyway, um, I don't know where Wim is. I hope he's okay. I will see you guys next Saturday, probably 5 o'clock Central. I will hop on with Jimmy and we can discuss all that political crap. All right. But in the meantime, family, food, and fun. Love you guys and have a great weekend or have a great Saturday. And I'll talk to you tonight. Take care.